Welcome to episode 102 of Wrestling with Ski. I am Ski. I am here. My hair is not up. Still way too wet, but we got a good one. Got some good stuff. It's not going to be a long one, but we're going to go over the season premiere of Monday Night Raw. Or Stupid. I occasionally like to call it that because it is that. Very stupid. If you don't think it's very stupid, I'm actually kind of impressed. But to get things started, I still hate the theme song for Raw. Never have liked it, never will like it. Sorry, I've tried. In my defense, I have tried to like it. I just can't. It's not my style. Never been my style. And it never will be my style. Sorry for covering up the Bellas, but it just feels more natural. And you get to see Darth Vader sometimes, so that's cool. But I don't like it. If that's the way the music world is moving, thank God I'm not there. I don't dig it. I thought, the years past, during Attitude and post Attitude and all that, and I'll post I can't think of the name of the one. You could hear in my head, move to the music. That thing. I'm not going to keep trying to sing because I'll kill it, but not in a bad way. Like that was amazing. Burn It to the Ground was great. They've had so many good ones. This one I hate. And it's mesmerizing how they say it's a show, season premiere with all these fresh starts, new faces and new places to do new things. And the show started out with, Big E obviously in the ring talking about it. And then Seth Rollins giving off all of his accolades is why he should get a shot, even though he lost to Edge. So I don't get it. Like you lost. Sorry, I do think you should have to win something recently, but whatever. That Mysterio then comes out and gives his stuff. Finn Balor then comes out and gives all his stuff. And Kevin Owens comes out explaining why they should, deserve to be number one contender for the WWE Championship. And granted, there's a lot of accolades, and I just don't see Ray getting another one. No offense. It's nothing personally against him. It's just the way the company is and where they're at. And him, he's not going to be champion. So I don't know why they put him in the situation. I guess it broke up him and Dominic doing, tag matches and stuff all the time. So that could be part of it, at least, to break up the monotony of them always doing that. Let them both do a singles thing. But if you're going to put this match together, have four people in there you're going to believe are going to win, because you automatically go in there going, well, Ray isn't winning. But, it turns into the normal attacks and the stupid and all of that. Always has stupid all the time. They can't help themselves. But Sony comes out and announces that there's going to be a 4-way ladder match for the number one contendership for the WWE Championship, which I was okay with. And if they were going to pick a better cast of characters, to start off to have the season premiere of Raw and the number one contender match, that's a ladder match. Again, even though Ray in the ladder match, it makes sense. They could have had someone else, made more sense. Just because you could think they were going to win again. It's nothing against Ray. We just know it's not going to happen. But, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, they picked a beautiful cast of characters for it. So I'm not trying to take anything away from any of them and disparage any of them, even Ray. Because you think of Ray, think of ladders, of flying around doing all that. Ray and ladders make sense. I just wish it was someone else in there. And again, new faces. A lot of these people we see, granted, Seth and Finn, they got to have their little piece. KO and Finn, they've had their stuff before, and their stuff back in NXT and a lot of matches and all that was amazing. And turned out to be a hell of a match. But the Ray part was just the one that got me, but it gave him something to do, and he looked good and he looked strong. And again, it gave Dominic time to do his stuff. So it wasn't a complete loss. I just wish it would have been somebody that we all actually thought had a snowflake's chance in hell to get it. And then moving on with more fresh starts and people in new places. Triple threat number one contenders match for a title shot later on in the night for the Raw Tag titles with, hear me out like you haven't heard this before, in this fresh start. The Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. I swear we've heard that exact combination ad nauseum for months now. And they immediately are all in. I mean, granted, to put them all in something so they could all get time on TV. And, you know, technically, I don't know what the hell they wanted to call it, but I don't consider it a fresh start. It's literally what they normally do. They just took everything from Friday and moved it to Monday and vice versa for the most part, which they did a lot of. But again, it's the machine. How are we to expect anything different from the machine? They can't help themselves. They don't know any other way but to keep continuously getting in their way. It's all they know how to do. Like, no new ideas, just really bad ones. And then to make it even better, Street Profits are in control. And how did they lose? Because Omos gets involved. You know, attacks one, distracts the other. He actually got both, but comes out and distracts them. So the Street Profits lose after the attack from last week before Crown Jewel to let Ziggler and Roode win. So that carried on something from last week. And obviously they're just coming back over to Raw. So AJ and Omos and the Street Profits, I mean, that's a new rivalry technically, but it's literally the same thing over again. It was three teams that we saw against each other ad nauseum. And Ziggler and Roode got another shot, which again, we all know about Ziggler. I mean, he's super talented, regardless of what you think about pushes or his attitude or whatever. The guy can do it. He really can, regardless of your personal feelings. And Roode, he's one of the best. Like, he looked at him when he first got to NXT, although that looks like WWE. And then he got to the main roster. Well, I mean, pretty much what most of them get, especially the guys that aren't like gargantuans. I still think he's super talented. But they get another one, which they did many times on SmackDown with the same people involved. Like, it was just, if it was a fresh start, why is it the same stuff over and over again? And they had the tag match later against RK Bro, and they win. RK Bro defended the titles beautifully, and everyone looked good. Ziggler and Roode looked good. The Raw commentary team saying, the Dirty Dogs did not hurt my head nearly as much as Michael Cole and Pat McAfee on SmackDown. So that was a cataclysmically large plus for me. Again, it was a great match because we know what Ziggler, all of those guys can do. But I will say it was good to see, Brandy, he's in there holding the body at the end. Riddle got to look really good there at the end, just going and hitting everything with the pulse, doing all kinds of stuff. Like, it was really good to see it. And maybe it's just a different light to see Randy because you don't see it too often. But seeing Randy, look at him, on the outside, as Riddle's doing all the work and getting it. Like, it was really good, and I hope they don't break that up anytime soon. But Ziggler and Roode beating those teams to get a title shot and then losing, like we've seen it before. Seen it a lot before. Now we're gonna wait and see what we see with AJ and Omos and the Street Profits, if they're going to carry that on after costing them that. I'm sure they're going to. Just got to see how it works. I hope it works out well. I really do. again, I'm always just so damn skeptical, and you can't blame me at this point because when have they given you reasons not to be ridiculously skeptical that they're going to get something right? Like they do it all the time, literally, like nonstop, literally. There's like Zelina Vega. What do you know? She wins the coronation. She's out there running her mouth. And I don't know why they like going to accents, but suddenly there was Zelina with this, like, I guess British, I don't know, accent on and off too. She didn't even have it like the whole time. Like, I mean, why do we have to go there all the time? Like, they might have changed Xavier, King Xavier, now King Woods, whatever. That's simple stuff. Like, why do we have to throw dumbass accents on people? She now has that one. Damn Apollo Crews. I mean, you can make them king or queen or anything without having to throw a dog garbage. There you go. A garbage accent in there. You just don't have to. And her, she's doing the heel thing. So obviously, I mean, beating Doudrop by using the scepter. No one, I'm not even complaining about it. I mean, that's a very heel thing to do. And Doudrop was on a roll. A damn accent though. It hurts my damn head. I don't know why they always have to do it. I mean, at least Cruz's sounds better than hers, I will say, I guess. So that's a positive. At least hers sounded like almost believable, but man, why do they got to go there? Just let her be her. Like Corbin never suddenly had an accent. Wade Barrett already had an accent. Booker, King Booker, like he got that whole thing down. Like that, like why? Just let them be them. For the love of God, no more fake accents. Please, no more fake accents. Moves on to Becky on the stick, and of course Bianca comes out. And I'm pretty sure I called everything she said that, the normal roughest, toughest, all of that, but that she didn't pin her. Ergo, they're gonna continue the feud that's been going on for weeks now. So the fresh start, they're carrying that right over. Literally, I was sitting there just listening to her going, man, this sounds like something I just said. Oh, wait, I did just say it. All of it, because it's very predictable. Bianca sounded better on the mic tonight, and Dan seemed to agree. I mean, it irritated me less than it normally does just because the way they present it all. Which, I mean, that's her thing, or them saying do it this way thing. I mean, she still pulls it off well. It normally hurts my head. But that's exactly everything I said that I was going to be. It's everything that expected her to say. The feud will continue. I mean, there are kendo sticks involved and all kinds of stuff, but the match was made official. Title match next week. Becky defending against Bianca. So what the hell are they going to do with it? They're going to have Becky drop it. I don't think so after everything with Charlotte. And just because she's the man, and then let Bianca work with other people and move her way back up. I'm sure it'll be something stupid. So it'll carry on for another pay-per-view or two. It's what they do. Sadly, I don't make it up. If I did, it wouldn't be that ridiculous, but they're going to have the match next week. And we all saw it coming, really. If you didn't, for the love of God, are you even like actually watching? That's not even trying to be mean. Like if you somehow didn't see that coming, like you sure you watch wrestling? Positive you do. You apparently don't if you didn't see that coming. Priest with a new song, I do reckon, coming out. Defeated T-Bar. Yeah, DQ. T-Bar threw a chair at him. And then we got to see Priest go off in a way that we have never seen him go off ever before. So whether that's a one-night thing and they're testing it out, or I don't know, they said be more aggressive and have all that happen. Beating the T-Bar out of Dijakovic, I have no idea, but that was a whooping that we have never seen before. And he put a beating on T-Bar after the fact. So really looking forward to see what they're going to do with that. I mean, I don't know. He was doing really good, I thought, as a face. people seem really, really actually dig it and be behind it. So again, maybe that permanent changes to change it, but I didn't think it run its course yet. He's only up there for a little bit, but he put a whooping on T-Bar. So let's just hope it was maybe them changing it up just for one night for him hitting with the chair to just go show that, you have more aggression or something. I'm okay with, but it was good and new music. You never believe it. After that, Carmella and Liv Morgan faced each other again. All sorts of fresh starts. And carrying that on, Carmella in the dumbass mask, being there all right up there in Graves' face. And we got to see Graves after talking about her. And of course, she is, and everyone making comments about them being together and everything, which, like, what the hell was the point anyway? And what the hell was the point of the match? It was quick, it was pointless, and they spent more time talking about all of that than the actual match itself. Like, all it did was make me hate all of it. Not because they did, like, because they played it good or they did it bad. Like, it was just nonsensical shit. There was no point. There was less than no point to it. Like, I don't know. If you're listening out there, find the comments somewhere and let me know. But I don't see the point in it. Didn't like help anything along. It made Liv look terrible, which I guess is the point. Everyone was all cheering for, and she was, getting over. I mean, bury it. But they spent more time talking about Mella and Graves than like even the match. Which, I mean, again, what the hell's the point? Congratulations, they're engaged. Good for them. Happy for them. But like there's no point to it. Like at all. I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking too crazy on it, but there was less than no point to that. It was really bad in my eyes. So hopefully they move on and they don't keep doing it. Enough people freak the hell out about how garbage it was, but it really just, I mean, literally they spent more time talking about them than they did the match, and the match barely lasted anything. So what the hell is the point? Because it made Liv look really bad. That was about it. It irritated people. So I don't know. So then I finally got to see, there's Keith Bearcat Lee defeated Cedric Alexander with Shelton in his corner. Still don't know how to feel about it. The fans seem to be in between trying to figure out how to feel about it. But again, basking in his glory and all that, like he was so over in his time in NXT and when he got up to the main roster before the health problem and all that. Like, so first, the song change didn't help at all. That irritated everyone to no end. So I still don't know how to feel about it. I'll have to see it more. I know why he's doing it as an homage, so I'm not against that. Yeah, we'll see. Like, I think he could play that monster guy. I'm just not sure if the world's ready to see him go there because, again, like, go back to NXT time when he first got up, like NXT time, before they changed the song, like literally right when he got on the main roster there. Like the level he was over was astronomical. And we got to see him come back from being hurt. He was still the same. So I don't know what they're going to do with it. And the quick little stare down with Shelton afterwards before Shelton got out of the ring, like, sure, we're going to go to Sutton like that. And I know he's still working on it. So, and if he's having fun, I mean, and enjoying doing what he's doing and creating it, then hell, let him have fun, enjoy what he's doing, creating it. Who in the hell am I to tell him otherwise? So I just don't know yet. I think he could be great at it, like really good at it. And I mean, after they couldn't have the song, I mean, it was hard to bask in his glory anymore when you couldn't. So see what they do with that. I want to see what they're going to do with Mia Yim, though. Like, get her back in gear and in action. I think she's super talented. Especially as she was actually allowed to leave that silly name from Retribution behind, which Mason T-Bar did not get to yet, unless Priest beat the T-Bar out of him, which would be good. But I don't know. Again, he's doing it good. It's going to grow on me just because that was so good. Austin Theory defeated Dominic Mysterio. That got caused by, Austin coming in and wanting, a selfie with Ray. Ray did it, there was Dominic in the picture. Asked Dominic if he could take it. He said he wasn't much of a photographer. Led to a match later as we're getting here. Let him have his thing. Ray said he'll still be there. If he needs him, he'll deal with his own thing, blah, da, 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 da. Again, gave him something to do separate from one another. Because they're going to be sooner or later. I mean, they've been building it. But the only thing I didn't like about it, and I still get why he did it, just, for the heel thing. But him, mocking Ray's, homage to Eddie just because it was Eddie, and him mocking Ray doing it. Really, it's me mocking Eddie, in my opinion, which is why he's doing it. Which could be cheap heat. I don't know, but I don't know. Still don't like him, doing it, because you might be mocking him, but he's doing it because of him. So again, I could just be thinking too hard into it, but that part, I really didn't like that. They really don't care if I didn't like that, but I really didn't. Wasn't good, wasn't classy, just again because of that. Because it was Eddie. Just leave that sacred. It was like Eddie. He does it because of Eddie. So you're mocking him for doing it. He does it because of, so again, he can comment on here and tell me I'm nuts for thinking that. I probably am, but that's my problem with it. Is that's an homage. He does it. Yeah. Because it's an homage to the late great Eddie Guerrero. So I don't like him doing that. Like, I just found this, just, to me, you could tell me I'm crazy, but didn't, it just rubbed me the wrong way. Otherwise, the kid's talented as hell. I think they've actually really hopefully use him this time and everything will work out. And I think he could be great, but that irritated me. I don't know if anyone even knew it that was going to happen, but I didn't like it. Who cares what I don't like? It's me, but didn't like it, which led us to the main event, the Fatal 4-Way number one contenders ladder match. If that isn't a mouthful, I don't know what is. But again, Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus KO Kevin Owens. We all knew it was going to be great. And they actually gave them enough segments to make it really good. I wish we would have done picture in picture. I don't know why, like they still get their damn ads to play. There's just a little box so we can keep seeing what's happening on live. I don't get why they can't do it more. And again, I'm not into all that. So what the hell do I know? But the normal takeaways though, everyone had their moment to look good. Everyone had their moment with the thing, yeah. With a weapon and crazy move, and KO doing a senton off the rope, trying to hit, I believe, Seth, and bouncing off the ladder. Kevin found a way to go through a ladder. It should surprise nobody because, well, tends to seem to find a way to go through those things when he's in ladder matches. Especially big ones like this, or even in his big matches, like he will put himself through something and take horrific bumps. Just look at him and Roman from earlier this year. Like, man can do it. He's built for it, and he's really good at it. And even though he lost to Edge in the Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell, at Crown Jewel, just on Thursday, I guess technically it was the other brand on another show, but he still lost. But him and we all know who he is, and then he got the endorsement from Edge to be working with him for this long, obviously. So him and Big E, we're going to find out a lot about Big E, and I think they're going to keep it going with E. I don't think they're going to make it this short thing. And again, Edge can come back, and who knows, really, actually. I don't know. That was just a crazy thought, but I don't think they're going to take it off of E yet. I think they're going to let him keep building for a little bit because, again, he's putting on great matches. He could talk. and he's over like Rover. I mean, I haven't stopped them from taking the titles off of people that are really over before. But I mean, Seth is a good way, because Seth can talk, Seth can go. He's gotten much safer, and he can talk, which will be a really good thing. He does the psychological battles, tries doing it like for Big E in such early state of his run. It does make sense, just because Seth's character and where he is to have him do it against him. I do hope that Finn gets to get in there and get the title, because how he lost that first ever Universal Championship. Then that whole turnbuckle thing, but I don't need to get into that because that was just dumb to me. I mean, the demon just rose from the dead, was doing all of that, and a turnbuckle explodes, and he falls from there, and that ends it all. Like, that was just dumb. I'm sorry. Anyone thought that was good? You're dumb. That was some silly, silly nonsense there. But they get in there, KO can have a good run. And I mean, again, Seth's perfect for it. Again, don't think it's warranted because of the loss, but as it was a different time, a different show, all that. It is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. And it's still a hell of a match, and we know what Seth's capable of, again, on the mic, in the ring. So it'll be great to see him and he work together. It should work very well. Very good conflicting styles in a way. I mean, because he can still fly when he has to and all that, but I mean, the power game versus everything Seth does, the psychological stuff Seth can bring in there compared to everyone else. No offense to them, but the way Seth is with all this, like, I mean, they've had him go to places that these other guys haven't, character wise, to crawl up under people's skin, and all that. So I get it for that purpose. Like, I'm not complaining about that. I just, because he lost, it would have been nice to see another, a fresher face at least just get thrown in there. You're like, well, you never know, which would have been really, really nice to me. But hey, Seth's going to do great with it. So really, I can't complain, I suppose. It just didn't, sit right with me. Really, I mean, them in the ring at the beginning, and that, was good. It was great, actually, for Raw. No offense to the number one contender triple threat for the tag titles. Didn't do anything for me. Zelina didn't do anything for me. Becky and Bianca called it all happening, so it did nothing for me. Hopefully Priest beat the T-bar out of Dijakovic so we can go back to that, but to see that aggression was good. Mella and Liv Morgan was a waste of time altogether. Try to tell me otherwise, you're crazy. Keith Lee, see what they keep doing with that. I think him and Shelton can really be good if they let Shelton be Shelton later on, because why else did they do the stare down? Theory is good, but again, mocking Ray is really mocking Eddie to me because of why Ray does it. So that struck a nerve, but I still think the kid's super talented. So, and that time in NXT under Gargano was, I think, very, very helpful and humbling and all that for him. Helped him grow amazingly, which was really good. Rude and Ziggler, we knew they weren't going to win. It was just another wasted thing, but welcome to SmackDown on Raw, the tag division, apparently. And again, the Fatal Four, what the hell do you expect those guys in a ladder match? Like, if you expected anything but gold, excuse me, don't worry, I'm not going to cough my hand and shake your hand like Joe, but or anyone. Ugh. Germs, people. Stay away from germs at all costs. Just be hygienic, but you expected anything better than that? I mean, like anything other than that. I mean, those guys are going to deliver, and being on TV at the time they had allotted, they did deliver. I think they could have done a little bit longer and not have had Carmella and Liv like at all, because that was a whole segment that could have, probably should have went to the main event, because literally we had entrance, mask, useless stuff, 3-minute match. Like, they could have just gave another segment to the main event. So they could have got a little bit more in there or spaced things out better to build, so they didn't have to go like they did. But it is what it is. And remember, it's a fresh start, so of course they're going to do some of the same stupid stuff that made no sense on Friday, on Monday with those people. But I had some fun watching it, at least. Had a good time talking about it too. Went very, very well. Don't forget Halloween Havoc. It's on tonight. So make sure you keep your eyes out for that. I still think that lady right there, her, she should be hosting, in my opinion. But just because she did so good last year, well, LA Nights is going to hurt people's heads. So we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be an exciting night. We will talk about that tomorrow. A full recap on all of it and the wheel and everything that they do. I think it'll be really good. I appreciate you checking me out, listening, watching, whatever you're on. Please follow along on all the platforms, comment and tell me what you think about the questions I ask and all that. Because your input really actually does help and mean a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna go ready for Taco Tuesday, which doesn't like tacos, and prepare myself for Halloween Havoc. So thank you for listening and watching. Again, like, share, comment, and repeat on all of them on all the platforms to help get more eyes and ears on the platform, on the product, wherever the hell it is. Someone sees it, they can get on that platform and follow along. So it all helps immensely. I appreciate y'all for checking me out. Let me know what you think. Enjoy the rest of your night. Eat some tacos because it's Tuesday. Enjoy Halloween Havoc. And until tomorrow, my friends, peace.